Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Thursday, September 3rd, 2020, and yesterday gave us another strong move to the upside, and in doing so, it has triggered a bias alert that shows up in our bias alert section of the platform that is based upon Bollinger Bands, which is an overbought or oversold type of reading. And yesterday, with it being the strong move to the upside, that triggers the overbought reading on the Bollinger Band. That shows up in our bias alerts, which are available here in the bias alerts section where we give you ideas on a daily basis to look at. But instead of going in there and loading it, I want to build this out so you can see how I do it. And I'm going to do so by going into symbols and settings, selecting all four instruments. And we will be looking at the setup of intraday open, so that is getting long at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, exiting at the close of regular trading hours, which is 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, this bias alert is based upon opening in the prior day range, which is available in the opening filters section. So I come in here and I select equals next to open in prior day range after closing above the upper Bollinger Band when above the 200-day moving average. So that is true, assuming we open in the prior day range today. And if I come into the indicator section, I can build out the rest of this bias alert that is likely to be triggering today by going to the overbought, oversold section here at indicators, say day after, close above upper Bollinger Band and above a 200-day moving average. That completes the pattern, and now I can hit view results. And here we go. So these are the results of going long at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, exiting at the close 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time when you open within the prior day range after a close above the upper Bollinger Band and above the 200-day moving average. So historically, the S&P has 138 samples of this pattern. The NASDAQ has 171, the Dow has 148, and the Russell has 155. So nice sample sizes here across all of them, and win rates fairly strong on these as well. So S&P, about 60% of these closing higher than the opening price. The NASDAQ a little bit stronger, 65%. The Dow 64%, and the Russell is the weakest at 55%. But all of these have historically been a little bit bullish when this pattern is in play. Let's take a look at the average win and average loss. So it looks like for the S&P, the average win has been a little bit bigger than the average loss here on those 60% of winners. For the NASDAQ, we've got that 65% win rate, which is the strongest, but you can see the average loss is larger by quite a bit than the average win. And you can kind of see that here. Recently, there has been quite a bit of volatility to the downside in that equity curve here for the NASDAQ. So recently, this pattern has had some pretty large losing trades, it looks like there in the NASDAQ. But looking at the Dow is this green equity curve. That one looks pretty smooth. Average win, average loss, pretty similar there for those 64% of winning trades on that one. And then here's the Russell. It's a little bit flatter. Russell has the lightest win rate at just 55%. And it looks like the average win and average loss are pretty similar. So NASDAQ's really the only one that stands out there when I'm looking at these average win, average loss for having a sizably larger average loss. But on average, it has won more often than it loses. So that one has a nice win rate, but when it's wrong, it has been wrong by a good amount. So hopefully you found that interesting. Again, that's available in the bias alerts section of our platform. So you can find all of those by just clicking this alerts section. We give you all kinds of different patterns that you can look at on a daily basis that have some interesting biases to them. So you can check that out there in the alerts section of the platform if you have the platform. So good luck today, and we will see you next time.